And the timing couldn't be better. Marc Robertson just breaking off for the first frame of this match against Dave Ewing. And you probably heard in the interviews there, Robbo's supremely confident if the balls open up. He thinks he'll win this match comfortably, whereas Dave Ewing couldn't have cared less about predicting a scoreline. He just wanted to play well for himself.
Table 19, Alex Pace, Rick Coleman. Table 20, Tim Dixon, Andy Woodley. Table 21, Rob Rogers, Nickel.
So Robbo opening things up as soon as possible. Might have an angle here as well.
Table 23, Jack Phillips, Nearly White.
Indeed he did, and he'll be happy with that. He would love to have cannoned the red full and kicked the yellow out instead, but as long as his ball is open and he's on it, he's fine with it. He'll probably screw back through the gap here on the yellow and reds. All right, I've been caught up, folks. I'm sorry. I'll be back a little later on.
She doesn't want that.
Number 24, Nathan Nash, Justin Campbell. Attention please players, we are having some issues with ball start. The 3 o'clock sessions are being delayed slightly. We do apologise for any inconvenience, but it is not at our end. So we've got something that we're trying to rectify. Sorry for the delay.
Justin Campbell to table 24. Justin Campbell to table 24.
Dusting your eyes, Robbo. Don't keep dusting your eyes. See everywhere, all over your head. All over your big foot. Getting better and better for Robbo. Hey, so let them try and roll the ball now that they've cleaned it and see if it's rolling straight. Yeah, it's pretty right. Instead of touching it, let them try it first.
Steve Jamison, Michael Reardon, table 31. Ben Judge, Tony Massey, table 32.
worry, Joel. Can't do that all the time.
Attention please players. Jaden McCartney, Matthew Burwood, table 1. Joel Younger, Lockie, table 2. Justin Sage, Sarway Naka, table 5. Mick Hill, Simon Singleton, table 6. Ben Noonan, Ben Foster, table 7. Matt McGuinness, Augusta, Georgia, table 8. All players, the pool stat program is back up and running, so please log in, update your scores, and start using that again. That would be great. Thank you.
Whether you remind him or not, he'll probably go and get one. Really close to
been spilling. I'll be like, yeah, well, you can't just sort of do it. No, you won't be able to. I saw it continue. I didn't see it begin. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh. It's a bit difficult here because you can't run through the like you can't really predict what he's actually. It's good. See. But it's just funny because I hate running the play what the other shot. That's what I do from the play. So if I was one up here, I hate usually those shots.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the commentary. Two tables in action are the last of the winners' side. Valuable lesson learnt with Marc and Dave. Marc was snookered. He's come off the bottom rail, as you may have seen before. Neither player could determine whether he actually got out of it or not. So that's why they've started it and re-racked. Johl's looking pretty comfortable on the left-hand side there. I think he's probably going to screw that back and then have it up either of the top-end pockets. So the losers of these two matches actually go into the losing draw, and then the winners out of those are determined top 16 tomorrow. Johl moves to 3-1, race to 11. It's been some big games today. You would have seen earlier that the big Kiwi beat our own Rusty Wheeler. Talking to the Kiwi afterwards, he says he sees ball, pots ball, which is pretty much what he did most of the day. A couple of the other tables, Gussie got up in his usual fashion. Justin Sage got up over Jamo. Nick Skerry went down. comes up with the yellow potted. Yeah, not looking too bad either. Depends if he wants to pull the trigger early and go for it. Getting to this sort of a level of players, you just, unless it's so obvious, it's really hard to predict what they're going to do. So we won't even contemplate that. So Michael's only got one problem ball, which is that red in front of the yellow. Which he's just cleared very, very nicely. So it has a guess that he's going to go out from here. Just a matter of which way. Needs to get pretty fat onto that yellow next to the red down near the spot mark. He's done that pretty well. By the looks of things, that black's going to go in any one of 6 pockets. If anyone's close, they can pop over to Bar 8 at Greensborough. There's still a lot of talent in the room. A lot of talent watching. Actually, that's the long and the short of it. Gus is playing the big Kiwi that beat Rusty. Pity we can't get that on screen. He and Michael's just chopped that right up. I think Johl was going to make him play here, but yeah, just saw Gussie and the big fella shaking hands, and Gus is pretty focused today too. He's hungry for this. He's still hurting about his semi-final loss last week against Tim in the state titles. Pretty motivated. Making it hard for yourself here, Joel. These other options, that red on the rail up the top, which is probably not too bad, or he's got that one in the middle, that's the top left pocket. And Dave's second last red into the middle, and I'm not quite sure whether he's got enough there to get past the black. No, looks like he has. Oh, has he got to put a little bit of side on it? He's got to put some side on it. And he's just let Robbo in. See if he can bring his form from last weekend as well. He won the Victorian and Open singles title again for the 5th time. I'm not sure what Joel's doing here. He's making life difficult for himself, but he's needs to do something. That yellow's out there to be seen and potted. Robbo plays the plan. should be fairly easy out for him. Get rid of those three up the top. Bottom down by the black last, and then black in any of the middles. If you're watching, let us know where you're from and who your favourite is. Yeah, this is a practice drill for Robbo here now. Doesn't like to be behind, and has Johl gone too far with that? It's a bit ambitious. Well, Mr. Ewing, you've got a fight on your hands now. Looks like Robbo's woken up. He's been sitting around for a fair while. How many we got on board, Dan? $430 on watching at the moment. Colby Poole's over there watching a few of the big boys, eating her Palmer. She's confidently through to tomorrow, so she's got a big smile on her face when I was talking to her before. If you got access to Pool Stat as well, that's up and running again apparently, so there was a bit of a glitch there before. So all the other tables, the players as they're getting results are updating that. We should see Johl go 4-1 up.
Chicken Palmer.
Ooh, bad kick. No. Cam Laws has just sidled up to me and offered him the other microphone, and he said no. What's the matter, mate? You're a bit shy. Oh. Mick Scary's 5-3 up on Gavin Lomax. And Pikey's 5-3 up on Baden Jackson. So those two are coming back with a bit of a vengeance. Rusty got up 8-0. Someone got up his skirt. Oh well, he's going to have to do it from the hard way. He got the big Kiwi gave him a bit of a smacking around. Go on, get a score. Get a score from Gus and that. I don't think Robbo's going to leave anything on the table now. I think he might want to get this over and done with pretty quick. He's in a good position to do that. And he can start playing a little bit more on confidence. Last two finals I've seen him in against up at Albury and against and last week in the state titles. He was absolutely ringing wet. He did it hard and he deserved both of them. And that's setting perfect for his next yellow and pretty much to clean up. Johl, meantime, at the break, has come up dry and pretty much looking good for Michael coming in. Obviously, colour selection and where he goes with it is going to determine, but Reds are probably all looking on. Meanwhile, Robbo knocks the black in to take a 3-2 lead. Looking pretty calm. And Michael's, sometimes you can overplay them. But still looking pretty on Reds. Over on the far table there, Jakey's just wandering around, and Jakey McCartney doing his normal thing, smashes a red into the top pocket, fat onto another one into the middle. Dave knocks a red in. He'd probably say that he's still going to take them. Still looking at the yellow option. Michael's just gone for the big, hardest one on the table and knocked one of Johl's in, giving him 2 visits. And Dave just made a liar out of me and going yellows. They're all on, just probably a little bit harder work to do than the Reds, but like I said, at this level you can't predict what these guys are going to do. Johl will just chop these out. Dave's got perfect position to clean these 3 up ground down the bottom of the black. Played the plant. Probably made life a little bit more difficult for himself. See how he's going to try and chop this yellow out from the next to the black. Say if you can get enough angle on that yellow on the right hand side of the black. Oh no, doesn't need to worry about that. Meanwhile, Dave's still at the table. Yeah, good position. Should land somewhere on that yellow to either in the middle or down this bottom right. And then the black's going to be all over Red Rover. And as ever, JR's not even playing. You can't keep him out of the game. He's wandering around with the level and keeping the players happy.
Better take me refreshment with me.
And he's got to take his beer as well. Well, Dave just sits, plants himself fat on the black. To make it 3-all. That is a result of a dry break. And Jojo, are you watching? I bet you are. And have I screwed anything up yet? And don't tell me 2 days later. Yellow off the break for Marc. They're all looking pretty good for him as well. Question is which way? Take the easiest one and then work around from there. Michael plays to get out of a snooker and he's just put it back onto Johl. And that's why this guy's the current state title holder and has been 4 other times. Yeah, good get out there, Johl. Now let's just put it back onto Michael. Not sure whether that ball's touching or not. Looks like it might be. Again, can't see it from this angle. And the way he's looking at it, it is. Robbo always checking and double checking. Anyone who's not up to speed with playing pool, you should really sit down and watch these guys go about their business. Just as well Michael's not getting timed, he would have been fouled. No chance of that with Robbo. Goes to kicks to 4-3. Johl playing safe. Leaves the play up to Michael. Whatever Michael does here, he's going to open something up for Johl, so needs to get this shot spot on to cover that red, cover that yellow over the pocket. And he's come up short with it. A couple of things Johl can do here is bring that yellow in the middle of the table, up the table, back inside his yellow and jam that pocket. Or again play safe. Yep. Cambered up. Has he got enough there to cover inside the red? Out of the way, Joel. Oh, it's gone the wrong side. Just put Michael back in the box seat there. Ooh, very uncharacteristic miss by Robbo there. It was fairly straightforward. Sleep pool players of Australia and the world, even the best can chop something up. And then that shot there from Michael. Probably a little bit too far for Michael. He might have wanted to take that back inside the pocket down there, because he's still got these two balls on the bottom cushion that he's going to have to contend with. Yes, he's going for the hardest shot of the lot. And he still hasn't been able to close that out. So does Joel try and the big cup left hand into the pocket and play the cannon, which is, it looks like what he's going to try and do, or even come off that red that's over near the side cushion. Yep. Made his safe. Killed another one of Michael's. Playing with him, he just says, "I'll win it in the next couple of shots, not this one." Johnny Russell has just come back. He's levelled somebody up. What do you reckon, Buff? Have a bit of a chat about these guys, or what? Or you gun shy today? I know you're not allowed to swear. We got JR coming on. Better put the children to bed, even though that it's not 8:30. Michael's just put it back onto Joel again. There you go, you're on Johnny. He's got it on backwards. Oh. He's excited about these Kiwis in the room. Look at that, he can't. Hang on, Dan's got to dress him.
Right, well tell you what.
Where's your beer?
Yeah, actually, I need a beer.
Yeah, go and have a beer,
I'll be back shortly.
Might as well get me one as well.
Yeah, what do you want?
I'll have a blonde.
Do you want one, Dan?
No, I'm good.
Well, same as you, so you don't need to order two different drinks. Cat and mouse here with Joel and Michael. It's good to see when these guys start to play a really, really good tactical game. There's probably a few of us that would have tried to go for the out earlier, but there's a hell of a lot more riding on this than just a couple of sheep stations. And Robbo's played that to perfection. If there's a ball there to be used, use it. This should see him out. So does Joel pull the trigger here? Take that one next to the black into the middle, and then play the plant from that one that he's looking at down the rail onto the other yellow and go out? Or is he playing cat and mouse again? Not very often I can say this, but Johnny Russell, your blood's worth bottling. Yep. JR's just getting his batteries changed. Meanwhile, Robbo's just finished that off to go 5-3 up. Joel's just about to make this big plant.
Yeah, sweet.
Oh, And two at once.
And
Mr. Greedy.
and lands flat on the black in the middle.
Mr. Greedy. Couldn't quite see that, but the younger's done it to go 5-1 up. Looking fairly comfortable and in control. You've seen some brilliance, you've seen some cover-ups.
Yeah, I was just talking to Johl before the match, and he's very happy with the way he's playing. He's hitting the ball as well as he's ever hit it. Well, we've got Robbo breaking at 5-3 up against Dave. So there's absolutely zilch chance he'll be taking red balls.
Yep, we've been re-batteried, so we're both in action until they go flat. But yeah, you'd expect Robbo to go yellows here.
Someone here is asking for James's score.
Pool stat? Can they get onto pool stat at all? Oh. No, I thought they were back doing that.
Della James score.
Oh.
James Ewing. No, hang on. Who's he talking about? James.
Della?
It's Della that sent the message, though. Oh, the message has come from Mick Della asking for James' score. Right. Who's James playing? Alec. James is playing Alec. We might have to send a runner. You might have to hang on, Della. Is Gus playing now? Velo wants to know.
Yes, Gus is playing. Gus is playing the big fella that beat Rusty. Have a look at him.
Gus is playing Matty McGuinness.
They're the short and tall of them, yeah.
The biggest bloke in the room playing the smallest bloke in the room, and apparently 2-2 the score there. I hope Velo's listening to the commentary, because that message has come through on my phone, same as Della's. Right, where did Robbo get to here? He obviously took yellow.
Robbo took yellow.
Yeah, well, he had to take yellows. So. And he's probably
sitting pretty here.
Yeah. If he doesn't go game, he'll be in a situation where he can't lose anyway.
He's actually been going for it, which is refreshing to see.
Yeah, Robbo's actually changed his style of game. He's decided to play much more attacking to what he used to play. He realises he can always drop back onto the defensive game when or if he has to, but he's decided that most blokes win tournaments to take the balls and take them on, so that's what he's deciding to do himself.
Oh, and he's pulled that trigger very nicely.
Yeah, he's actually got a very handy result there.
Take that one up the top, one in the middle, and then he can...
The only problem is it may hinder him actually finishing himself, putting the red there.
He's looking at being able to kick that the black across to the bottom right, so I'd say that's what he's looking at. He's looking at that. He's looking to come off, pot that red inside the black.
Right, I've got a message from Della saying pull stat's not working, so and same with Velo, pull stat not working. So we'll go through a few of the scores. We've got Jamie Stevens as 4-4 with Vince Barbudo. We've got Ben Judge's 2-1 up on Tony Massey. And
Kyle Barrett.
That's another frame to Johl. Joel's now just gone out to a 6-1 lead against Mikey.
Kyle Barrett, 5-4 up on Ian Hilton. And Robbo, has he gone far enough? No, he's gone too far.
Yeah, Robbo snookered himself on his last ball, but he's still well in control of the game.
Brett Rogers is 3-6 down on Kenny Nicol. Brett unfortunately got Mick Hill in a bit of a mood earlier and tended to watch a fair bit. Justin Sage against Sarwan Naker, 4-zip up. Sarwan knocked out Mick Skerry.
He didn't knock him out, but he put him into the losers half.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I think.
What's that score? I think that's a little bit bubbish. I wouldn't bother reading that out.
No.
Bronte wants Alex's score. Alex is playing, where is he again?
Mick Hill is 4-2 up on Simon Singleton.
2 Poms playing, 1 living in New Zealand now.
Yeah, you had to bring New Zealand into it, didn't you?
Oh, well, it was a Kiwi that knocked Rusty out earlier on.
Yeah, very impressively too. Jamie Stevens 4-4 with Vinny.
That could be a reasonably old score, that, because I remember it was 4-4 about 20 odd minutes ago.
Robbo,
So
I'm not quite sure. He was standing in the way there. I don't know whether he's fouled or whether
Ben Judge is 2-1 up.
whether he's been legal there. We'll just see what.
I'd say it'd definitely be a foul. Be 2 shots on red for Dave Ewing. We'll need to send a runner so we can get the score of some of these outside games. Who we got? Where's someone like Peter Knight who's prepared to do anything to help anybody out? Jake's doing it pretty easy against Matty Kerr too.
Ballarat boys.
When I left there, I think Jake was. Oh no, it's actually Matty's made a little bit of a comeback. I think it's 5-3 to Jake at the moment. The 2 Ballarat boys playing each other. And Mikey's just played a nice shot. He's about to win a frame against Johl.
Dave Ewing is going to be running out of options soon. Where does he put the brakes on, Johnny?
Difficult to work out what he's going to do to win here.
Unless he can try and...
Bronte wants Alex's score. We're trying to find out for you, Bronte. As soon as I can get someone over there to find out, I'll let you know. I think we've got Dan the Man. Dan the Man's going for a look. Della James is playing Alec. You'll be sleeping on this street next time here in Adelaide if you don't get the score soon. All right, mate. I've got Dan Lynch is on the job for us. He's heading off to get the score for us.
Actually, one of them's just smacked the other one with a cue. Who was that? Oh, no. No, that's all right. They're playing nicely.
Where's Alex actually playing?
Just over here on 4, isn't he?
Oh, Sakazulu's here. I've got to lift home.
Don't worry about anything else, JR. Just worry about yourself.
It's the most
Queen
important.
of Queen of New South Wales has just come in and perched herself behind us.
The Queen of New South Wales is. Jimmy's up 5-4. Jimmy Della's up 5-4 for. That's a special request from Della. So
6-4.
6-4. Mick, I hope you're listening to the commentary, because otherwise I've got to send you a message.
And he can't do 2 things
I'll send you a message anyway.
Gus is down 3-2.
And Gus is down 3-2 on the big Kiwi, on big, what's his name? Matty
McGuinness.
Matty McGuinness. Poor old Jamie Stevens is up in the back blocks there. He was having a bit of a whinge before about being back up in the corner, but there's no reason why he shouldn't perform up there. There's nothing to...
Who's this we're talking about?
To bother him. Solid.
All right.
Yeah, I think he wanted to be on one of the big...
Yeah, well,
the big tables, but no one voted for him, so...
Yeah, well, Johl requested if he could get a game on the TV tables, because he hasn't had a game whole tournament so far. And I think Rusty's had about 3, so we thought we'd better do the right thing, and well, the tournament organisers thought they'd better do the right thing and give Johl a game out here, as we might be seeing a bit more of him at the business end. Hopefully so, because I got half him in the Calcutta.
Which half? The top or the bottom?
Oh, it doesn't matter, I'll take him.
Yeah, it was good first prize, isn't it? 19, was it 19 grand?
Yeah.
First prize
Very,
from the Calcutta?
Very healthy Calcutta, yeah. Joel's missed that ball, but it's come in a pocket where potentially there's probably three of the red balls heading, so
Still not sure how Dave Ewing is going to deal with that last red of his. He's
He'll have a plan.
he's going to need to.
He really needs to get another red down next to the black, so eventually he can actually put the red onto the yellow, giving 2 shots on the black. But in a situation where, here we go. Here, this will tell.
Oh,
he's
that's
managed
a huge
to
shot.
Managed to get a red
That
inside.
is
That is
huge.
massive. That is a great shot. That is an absolute frame-changing shot. That just made Dave red hot favourite for the frame.
Yep, no doubt whatsoever.
He'll be wanting to clear these other 2 reds now. Take the one and balk first, then get rid of the red in the middle of the table, leaving the red over the pocket to make easy position on the black. But if he has to take the one over the pocket next, he will. Yeah, you'll find he'll probably play the red over the pocket and use the red in the middle. He'll make sure he gets good enough position so he can pop the red probably in the middle pocket and get on the black in the corner.
Marc Curwood just wandering around, surveying the situation, seeing who he just lost. What was the score there, Mark?
That's what he's done. It's hard to see this angle, but he's got
Scotty Matthews. Woody's gone down 8-4 to Scotty Matthews.
Dave's pulled up a little bit short here. He's got to pop this ball in the middle now and screw all the way back, at least sort of to where he is now, to be on the black.
Shouldn't be too difficult. That's
the problem. The problem with that shot is hitting it at a fairly solid pace like that. You've got to be hitting it sweet in the middle of the pocket. Otherwise, that's exactly what can happen.
So Robbo plays safe around the world.
Robbo won't be playing safe. He'll be trying to get this white ball past the middle pocket, playing off 2 or 3 rails back down here, somewhere around where he is to get on the black in the.
He's eyeing that left-hand rail to see where
he just wants to get the white past the middle pocket. He shouldn't be a problem. He might just have to hit it slightly centre or just below centre ball. No, he's looking up for options.
It's easy from here, isn't it?
Well, the other option he's got, he can just
double it.
He can just no.
Double it into the middle, and he can kick the black over.
It's not an attacking shot, but what he can do is bounce the yellow out.
And
bounce the yellow out off the side rail. Look for the snooker. Even if he doesn't get the snooker, he's going to be leaving the yellow in a good position. He's playing. It looks like he might be taking the double on. If he plays, if he plays it with bottom, he's taking the double on.
Yeah.
And it looks
then
like
he should be fat on the black across on the rail.
Or does he roll it across to get? Yeah, he's taking the double on.
Triple. Oh, well, at least the yellow's the right side of the table for.
Well, he's left Dave in a very tricky position because it's very, very difficult to pot this red and get on the black. It's going to be a good shot to pot the red, let alone make position. So he has to actually play the red into, as we look at it, the top. Well, it's the balk left-hand pocket, what we call the yellow pocket from snooker. That way, running the white ball round off 3 to 4 rails to get on the black.
And on the other table, Michael's just gone for a massive ball and hit 3 and knocked the white ball in.
And it doesn't matter what balls Joel's on here, he's out. He's out of there.
And the yellows are all looking pretty straightforward.
It's more chance of the hunchback of Notre Dame buying a suit off the rack than Joel missing this out with 2 shots.
You haven't seen some of the racks that are around. He's left him on. Yep, Robbo.
He's left a nick on. As long as Robbo, I'm pretty sure if Robbo nicks this nice and thin,
it should be able to come around the world.
He's got to avoid the red though. That's the problem. It's got to be a very thin contact to avoid the red.
Yeah, I think the yellow's far enough past it. No, he's actually playing bottom, so he's going to scoot off the top rail. Oh, yeah. He's going to play a snooker.
He didn't like the shot, so.
There you go. That's his strategy. That's his strategy game.
And Joel's just screwed that back with side and the hunch.
Yeah, he's got that yellow into the middle.
Yeah, he's all right. He's just all right. If he had travelled another 3 or 4 inches, that seat shot was getting the work over.
Just plop this in and should be pretty much game set.
Right, Joel's got 2 shots on his last yellow ball here, but he'll be playing it as if he's got 1.
Yep.
He has to make, he'll be definitely wanting to pop this ball in 1. Oh, that's a good shot.
That's a big shot.
Big shot from Dave, probably a little bit stiff. He had running side on it to try and get the white down here, but probably just didn't quite give it enough.
Yeah, there should be
Joel
still 2 on the black for
Joel,
Joel.
2 on the black. I doubt whether he'll double it. I think he'll just tap it to the rail and have it in the same pocket that he's closest to.
Or he'll just knock it in and
He
say
might
thank you very much.
just pot it straight out, right?
There you
Yep,
go.
yep. Was it a bit
Save,
easier than
save
what
a
it
shot.
It's a good shot from Dave.
Yeah,
Went off the rail, potted it, ran around off 3 cushions, but didn't get down quite far enough.
but this isn't beyond Robbo. He'd probably make this shot 8 out of 10 times.
No, I don't think there's too many people to be comfortable with this 8 out of 10. But
Oh, well,
Robbo,
let's just say 7 then.
Robbo does cue the ball very sweetly, so he certainly won't die wondering.
He'd be backing himself in, I'd say.
Well, it's probably the only shot he's got. There's no real. Put it this way, to try and play safety is harder than the pot, and if you're gonna, you'd rather lose trying to win rather than protecting something you don't have.
There's not many places to hide.
That's a great
There
pot
you
from
go.
Robbo.
Robbo, just for the record, I had the confidence and this bloke next to me didn't.
I said he's cueing the ball sweet as anybody. I didn't have a problem with him. I still said it's still only an 8 out of 10 shot, but luckily you've only got to pot it 1 out of 1.
Exactly. Robbo to go to 6 up, 6-3 up.
Yeah, there's not too many blokes in the room that would have made that finish.
Nah.
A basic 2-ball finish, but under the pressure that you're under, it's a lot harder than it looks. Rob out to a 6-3 lead, but certainly not a match-defining lead yet.
I think on
What's
the other
Jake's
table,
score
if
over there? Jake and Matty?
Michael starts making
6-4
less
up.
mistakes, that'll bring him back in, but Joel's just taking advantage of every little oopsie that Michael makes.
And in the match they could have played in Ballarat. Jake 6-4 up against Matty, but Matty's got a bit of a chance here on red balls. So we'll keep you posted there.
Dave Ewing comes up dry with a yellow over the bag. All the yellows are on.
Yes. Robbo will go very close to getting these. The black, he's just checking out to see whether the black's actually on or not.
Yep. Bit cheeky, isn't it? Looking 8 shots ahead. But that's what these guys can do.
Well, this is the second most important shot in any frame. It's the first shot after the break. You've got to map out, especially these top line players when they're looking to go gain. They map out.
And look, all the way the balls have been broken, it's you've got to do that. There's none in a cluster. There's none being protected or tied up.
They're pretty good potting tables. They can be a little bit tricky down the rail, but the balls are out in the open. These players have got the ability to knock them in from anywhere, pretty much, as you saw at the closing stages of that last frame.
Yeah, I think Robbo's pretty hungry, so
Looks like Matty's pretty fat on this. Matty Kerwood's fat on this black down here to bring it back to a 6-5 ball game against Jake McCartney.
well, Jake has got 7 left on the table. Is that off the snap?
Oh, I don't know what happened there. I don't know whether it hit the back of the pocket or rattled, but I heard a bit of a noise, and the black's not in the pocket. So all of a sudden, Jake's right back in the frame. We'll keep you posted on that frame.
That was a monumental slider miss, that one.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Made a bit of noise. I don't know if it fucking. I don't think it hit the back of the pocket.
You see Robbo there couldn't quite get onto his next.
He's probably overhit it a little bit.
And he's tried
but then
to
again, if he hits
cover
it,
up the
if he
pocket
hits it
down
sweet,
here.
This is a dodgy
And
seat. I keep falling forward.
Come up short with the yellow. So Dave's got a big chance of doing some damage here.
Yes, Dave can get himself right back into this frame here.
Dave can, yeah. He's got a big opportunity to do some damage. It's all going to come down to where he finishes up, and that's pretty much, I'd say, where he wanted to be.
It's these two balls on the other side of the black that are going to be the balls that he's going to be working on.
Yeah, that one that's towards the centre, towards the black spot. He can actually run that through off this bottom yellow and open that up. So, which I think he might be having a look at that now. So if he comes out far enough, or is he going to try and run the break him out? Yep, he has, but he's killed the other one.
It's not a good result.
No.
He's got on the ball across table, but although he's possibly made that train on the black onto the red, the corner. Although on the screen it doesn't look real good, in actual fact it is makeable. So all of a sudden these balls are there. He can get them.
It's a matter of extracting that top red on top of the.
Well,
top of the black.
If he plays. Yeah, so what he's looking at there is looking at playing the plant. That's where the black's got to be hit to pop the red closest to pocket. He'd obviously be doing that using the other red that's on the other side of it. And if that happens, well, that red's going to be coming out somewhere. So, this is what he's doing. Now he's chipping that red across the table.
Across the table and
still
make the plant. Yep.
I don't think he might not actually be trying to pot this. He might be just trying to promote the red that's by the black over the pocket.
I mean, you've just got so many options in this one here, Johnny. It's.
I'd say that's what it's.
Yep, he's looking at doing that.
See, the problem is the white has to hit the other side of the black.
Yeah, he's playing some side on it.
Yeah.
And
that's what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
He was trying to get that red over the pocket. He didn't want to pop the red that was near the black. He just wanted it over the pocket. But he has left a bit of a gap here, so there's an opening. There's an opening here for Robbo.
Yeah, there's the yellow down, so Robbo can pretty much go out here.
Robbo pots this yellow in the centre pocket, but he wants to get himself in a position where he can comfortably play that other yellow near the black off the red.
Yep, and
that
open
way
up
opening
the other
pocket
yellow
for the other black. But he won't be wanting to do it from over that side of the table. He'll be wanting to do it from over this side of the table a bit more. So he's probably got to get rid of these other two balls as well. I'd imagine.
Well, maybe he's going to leave
No, he'll want to get rid of the other two balls first. Then he'll be playing that shot to open up the pocket, but also leaving himself an angle to get across onto that other yellow.
Or he can do it now and leave that other one there for some safety, just in case he gets stuck on that yellow that's in front of the black.
Well, he could play it for a lot of screw back. See, the thing is, with this red coming out, the red's probably going to be hitting the black.
And knocking the yellow out.
I don't know if he's back far enough on this yellow. He can play this yellow round off, play the yellow in the middle pocket round off 3 rails,
and finish off
and finish on the other yellow behind the black.
Yep, and put it inside the black.
I think he's got to go 3 cushions. I think he's got to use running side off 3 rails.
Yeah, he's got to go off the side, top, and the right-hand side or left of balk.
And check back off the second rail. But yeah, it's a tougher shot. This is a natural shot.
Just round the world.
It's
1, 2.
He tried. Yeah, and
apparently Tim Dixon's just picked that one. Well done, Tim. The man who knows him best after last week.
Check side off the second rail.
Yep. We're going to cast the thousands here now. Thank you, Rio, for letting us know that Tim said that. Dan's just giggling here, saying, listen to the pool players, buddy, trying to beat each other up.
Now, who won that frame out of Matty and Matty? Right, so Matty ended up winning that frame after missing the break. He still won the frame, so it's 6-5 to Jake. He's making a good comeback here, Matty.
Robbo finished that one, yep.
As you can see on the screen, Joel's 7-2 up against Mikey Cacciola, and Robbo's 7-3 up against Dave Ewing.
Scary just got done. What was the score, do you know? Mick Scary's just got up over Mr. Lomax, so he's through to live and fight another day.
Mr. Lomax out of the tournament, which is a little bit surprising. A lot of people would have fancied Gavin to probably make the semis of this tournament.
So someone else is just going to pick up the money from him out of the Calcutta then. Do you know what he went for?
Gavin Lomax went, I'm pretty sure he went for about 1,900 in the Calcutta.
Okay.
Sorry, we're not supposed to call it a Calcutta, it's a player auction.
Player auction.
Well, I'm the only one that's got a licence, and hang on, I better not be saying too much here, but...
Hang on, I've got a licence too, it's to drive a car
Oh,
though.
that's a stiff shot from Mikey. It was a great effort to hit his last red out of a snooker there.
And you'd reckon Joel's going to go 8 up
yeah,
there?
Joel's definitely going to be popping these. He'll go 8-2 up. This might be a little bit...
well, if it's going to be controversial, then I'd say
it might be
not.
a little bit impartial, but I think Joel's hitting the balls as well as anybody in the room. And he did beat Mick Hill in this tournament last year, so he's one of the few Australians that I know of that's beaten Mick Hill in a match, best of 21 frames. So I'm more than happy that I've got half of him in the player auction.
We still haven't determined which half it is and whether it's actually going to be worth anything.
If he goes well, I'll have the front half. If he goes ordinary, I'll have the back half, and it won't be recognisable when I'm finished with it.
Right, so Michael and Dave have got some big fights on their hands. Joel and Marc are in the frame of mind that they're just not going to let anyone back in, I don't believe.
Mikey's about to break the balls at 8-2 down. It's imperative that he puts the ball off this break.
And he's dropped the white.
Yeah.
And looking at reds,
the reds
there,
look
you'd have to
pretty
say.
good. Although that red near the yellows doesn't go in the middle, I don't think. That's what Joel will be looking at first up. If that doesn't go in the middle, that may change his plan of attack. By the looks of that, it looks like it does, because he was pretty keen to get round and play this red and balk.
Although he can actually take that one into the middle, and he might be able to kick
I would,
those.
to be honest with you, the sort of form Joel's in, there's not a lot of players in the room I'd be expecting to get these, but I do think Joel is a big chance he'll get them.
Run off this red into the middle, and I think he's actually looking at that yellow, the red in front of the yellows.
No, he's probably looking at the yellow.
Try and promote
he's
it.
probably looking at the red across the other side of the table. All right. I don't know if he's done well here. It's a Velo. Velo's keen on Gus's score. Does anyone know how Gus is going?
3-all.
Did someone say 3-all Gus?
I'm not quite sure.
The biggest bloke in the room playing the smallest bloke in the room, and
Yep, they're insignificant. Well,
just shows you this game of 8 balls, or any cue sport for that matter, doesn't matter what size you are, you've got equal opportunity. And what about our fellow Downey, Temujin? How did he go on the losers' side? 8-3. He got up 8-3. I think you might have been down at the start of that match, were you? Were you 3-1 down? Oh, no, 1-0 down. All right. All right. Well, his missus give me a bum steer, but anyway, 8-3. It's a good win.
big shout out to Kev Harvey. He's on the mend, is he? Do you know JR? Or
As far as I know, he is. Yeah, he was actually looking at coming here today. He was Valo, I thought Vo was picking him up and bringing him here. I saw that on Facebook, but whether that was doesn't look like that's going to eventuate because we're getting messages from Vo. It doesn't look like he's coming.
Well, Kev, if you're listening, hope you're on a speedy recovery and we'll see that big smiling face of yours around the traps.
Yeah, I just had the pleasure of spending a few days with Kev over in Thailand, and apart from the exhaustion and whatever from all the water sports and activities that we got up to, he did have a minor operation which had a couple of minor complications, but as far as we know, he's making good recovery. So be good to see him out here if he can make it.
Oh yeah, the humidity knocked you around a bit too, did it? The humidity?
Oh, not really. No, we were more into the indoor sports. Although we did a few good activities. Kev really enjoyed the underwater walking on the bottom of the ocean, out around some of the coral reefs and things.
That didn't bring on his situation, did it?
No, I don't think so.
He didn't get the bends or anything?
No. It'd be a pretty strong case of the bends to get Kev, I reckon.
Or just a little bend. Doesn't have to be a big one. Anyway, anyone who's interested in the pool, you can see it live on the screens there. For those that don't know, Kev was the manager of the Victorian Open side last year up the Nationals and cajoled the boys to a victory. He had some fair talent in that side, and no doubt he...
Just for some of us listeners that don't know what you're talking about, what's cajoled mean there, mate? Are you just throwing
encouraged.
Encouraged. All right.
Yeah.
So
it's an Australian word. It's not a New Zealand word.
I'll cajole you to use some more words that the viewers might be enlightened on then.
Look, there may be some people that aren't pool players that are watching that can understand.
Fair enough. Good stuff.
Cajole if you entice somebody.
Entice.
So, it's something that you do on a daily basis.
Try
entice
to
others to be better.
Yes, correct.
If anyone else has got any good words for JR to learn today, then simply text him.
Alex's score, right. We've got the request from Bronte now again for Alex's score and Gus's score. We got a runner anywhere. We got a Downy that can go and find out Gus's and Alex's score. Young Genghis Temujin's going to go and get it for us. And for those of you that don't know, Temujin Dixon. Temujin was actually what's his handle? Temujin was Genghis Khan's
illegitimate brother?
No, it was his real name.
Oh, don't know that one.
Yeah, Genghis Khan was actually Temujin Khan.
Oh, really? I saw that series.
Correct story.
Really? Well, there you go. Yeah, look, we've got some. We're just waiting on some scores on those matches that people are asking. I can see Gus is wandering around the table over there. I'll try and see if I can keep an eye out for what he's doing. I've got to stand up on a ladder to see him across the other side of the room.
This makes it 9-6 to Della.
9-6 to Della.
And Gus is 4-3 down.
Gus is 4-3 down. If Gus does go well in this tournament, I mean, you could just imagine how well Rocky would have done.
Yeah, well, see, there was actually too much talent here for Rocky this week. I was talking to him last week and I asked him whether he was coming over, and he goes, "I'd love to be there, but my visa's run out."
No. Unfortunately, Rocky would love to be here. I was speaking to him last week, and unfortunately, over in WA, they've got their biggest tournament of the year. I'm not sure what it's called, the LVQs or the LPQs or whatever. It's their biggest tournament in WA. It's just another one of these strange anomalies why somehow we get these tournaments to clash on the same dates when most of the dates are out 12 months in advance. We know what dates they're going to be. So unfortunately, for that reason, we haven't got any of the West Australians here this year. But hopefully something can be done about that in the future, because I know there's quite a few of the West Australians would love to be here at this tournament.
That was a brutal off by Johl. He'd been snookered, and as you can see, he's kicked off his red, and the white ball's just run in and given Michael a free hit at the table, and they're all looking on
And
one way or the other.
It looks like Robbo's got a pretty easy run out here to go 8-4 up against Dave.
And Matty's lurking around the table over there.
Pretty much perfect on this red ball, just to pot it and run through off the side rail back out. Fat on the other red.
Just watching
No,
Gus.
he's actually screwing back. He must be pretty straight.
Just watching Gussie over there. He's still at the table.
Just
I'm
lift
not
himself
sure.
a little bit of angle so he can screw back out for the bloke.
Oh, Gussie's just missed a vital yellow.
Just taking a little bit of care that he doesn't go anywhere near the middle pocket over the other side, but he doesn't have to hit the ball that hard. That's all he needed to do. Just stun it out there. So this will make Robbo 8-4 up against Dave.
Gus has got Matty tied up a little bit. He's got
Dave's like the boy with the wheelbarrow. He's got the job in front of him.
Gus has got Big Matt tied up a little bit here. Matt's got a ball over Gus over the corner pocket. And he's got a red up the table, which I can't quite see.
Mikey's lifted himself a train here, ball on the ball over the corner pocket. Should be about the witness frame. So this will make it, Mikey will go to 3, so it'll be 8-3 to Johl after this. No problem, Bronte. Pleasure to be of assistance. Bronte, you're obviously listening. You'd be pleased to see. You'd remember remember Matty McGuinness from when we travelled to New Zealand and played against him. He's having a very good tournament here. Knocked Rusty out in the winner's side. So yeah, he hasn't got much smaller than what he was. He's a big lump of a man, and yeah, doing reasonably well against Gus in this match at the moment.
Just an update. Justin and Noir are now 4-all. Mick Hill and Simon Singleton 5-3 to Mick. It's like
Jake McCartney's 7-5 up against Matty Kerwood.
Jamie Stevens is 7-4 up against Vinny Barbudo.
But Matty Kerwood's just about to win this frame with ball in hand and 3 tap-ins, so it's going to be 7-6 to Jake in a minute.
Ben Judge is 3-2 up on Tony Maskey. And Cale Barrett 8-4 up against Ian Hinton. Who?
Yeah, correct, Bronte. That whole match he played against, the whole match Matty McGuinness played against Rusty was absolutely huge. There was 4 or 5 crucial shots he played during that match that were just unbelievably good shots, and thoroughly deserved his success.
And the thing about that match too is that Matty just was not scared to go for things. He wasn't going to die wondering.
Well, he played the correct shots in pretty much every situation. When he had to tie frames up, he did, and when he had to take them on, he took them on and he got them.
Robbo's just had a big chance to go out then and missed a fairly easy black in the middle, which was very uncharacteristic.
Timogen's informing me Robbo got a massive kick on the black. That's so the miss might not have been his fault.
Yeah.
Oh, good to see Gavin and Mick are drinking together, friends here. Not no punches being thrown after Mick's vodka rant.
Oh, I happened to see a little bit of a snippet of that.
Yeah,
I was just wondering whether.
Fortunately for all of us, Dax managed to Photoshop the thing before Scary was able to rip it down off Facebook.
I didn't know Mick had actually joined the Actors Guild. That was very well scripted, Michael. That night at your house, we're coming to get you. Damn good likeness. You were drugged. Oh, was that you on the couch?
Yeah, I think Bronte might be onto something there. When we actually travelled over to New Zealand and played against Matty McGuinness over there, he was pretty much just a 9-ball player. We actually taught him a few of the tactics and whatever, and it's... Well, Bronte's reckoning we should take some credit for teaching Matty how to play 8-ball.
I was
so,
watching.
I don't know if that's warranted or not, but Matty's become a very good 8-ball player.
We're probably losing the train of thought here, John. Are we talking about pool or?
Well, yeah, that's I'm just a few messages. I've got a lot of messages coming through from people. And there, Danny O. Danny O wants to know the score on Iceman and McCartney's games. Well, Jake is 7-6 up, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Jake's 7-6 up against Matty Kerwood, another Ballarat boy, and Iceman. What's Alec's score?
11-6 lost.
Alex lost 11-6.
And Jamie Stevens and Rusty are over there chatting, so they've
to Jimmy Della, yeah.
Finished.
Ace lost 11-6 to Jimmy Della. There's another one. A couple of players who have played Jimmy Della this weekend have said he's not missing a ball either. So a few of these big name players are actually really coming to the fore at the business end of this tournament. So if you're not doing anything, I think the winners. Danny, is the winners section on again at 6 o'clock tonight? When do the winners play again?
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
Winners tomorrow morning, yeah. The losers are tonight to decide the final 16 tomorrow.
Yeah. So we'll get down to the 8 on the
winners side
tonight, and then there'll be a couple of rounds of players in the losers side playing off to see who make the final 8 of that. And tomorrow morning they'll be starting the final 16, the 8 from the winner's side with the 8 on the loser's side. If you're not doing anything and you want to watch some of the best players, not only in Australia, but some of the best players in the world, remembering that we've got 4-time world singles champion Mick Hill from England here playing as well, get down to bar 8 and have a look. Meanwhile, Dave Ewing's just won another frame there, so he's coming back a little bit. Marc Robertson still leads there at 5-4.
Believe it or not, JR is a social media guru here. He's got his phone going off left, right and centre.
They call me a social butterfly.
Moth, more like it, floating around in the darkness.
Dragonfly.
Butterflies are colourful and have an appearance about them that...
Not all butterflies are colourful, but this one certainly is.
You don't really want to know what your pyjamas look
Right,
like.
Dave breaking at 8-5 down, needs a ball off this break, but unfortunately he's come up dry again, and yeah, the balls are all there. Yellows look the preferred ones here. Yeah,
reds?
No, yellows. You've got a fairly, it's almost tap-ins. Very easy out. This yellow goes in the middle pocket first up, and yeah, you'd certainly be expecting Robbo to get these. These are just about tap-ins.
Oh, actually, we actually lifted the camera before and we're watching yours.
I could just about get these, so they
you
must
don't
be
want to know
tap-ins.
what the replay is going to be like. Oh no, we actually used the extension on the cameras.
He'll be putting this ball in the corner and just, well, he'd like to be just stunning back to be on the ball next to it into the same pocket. No, he's coming up the table to get rid of this ball.
Anyone who's got a learn how to play pool book, can you send it in to us, please?
This is fair enough. He wants to get rid of this ball so that the black's on from anywhere on the table after this. This probably wasn't the ideal ball left to be playing to get on the black unless you were down near it. He's played that with a lot of check side. Probably wanted to be on that yellow near the baulk line into the corner pocket. Still is, but it's probably got a little bit of unwanted angle. So he's got a lot of options here. He's got so many options. He could just roll the ball in over on the left-hand side and then play that ball into the centre pocket if it goes past red, which I'm pretty sure it does. He's got a lot of options here. I don't think he'll take... Yeah. That looks what he's doing. He's just playing this ball. Oh, he's come out too close to it. So the benefit of having played that other ball down this end of the table now means all he has to do is pop the ball over the burrow, get on the other yellow in the middle pocket. He can just stun out and pop the black from anywhere on the table.
Just watching Big Matty's match against Gus there.
He hasn't hit that yellow hard enough.
And Matty's just knocked his last yellow in and onto the black, which should go into the middle.
The Tappins didn't happen. He didn't hit the yellow hard enough. Yeah, tell me about it.
Sounds like Jamie Stevens is going to be good for a loan after this weekend.
Jamie, yeah.
Jamie, if they win this, they're in the 8, but they're really in the 16. So they've got to win another one.
Yeah, at least. Mate, I need one of them to make the final so I can make the profit. I'll give me money back in a second.
All right, Dave's just potted a red, so he's...
Back to the game. Johl.
He's got one trick. He's got...
He's only missed it by... The only reason why he's only missed it by a foot is because the rail was in the way. He kicked it back.
I think that shot by Johl was all about the white ball, just trying to get the white ball through. He wasn't on the yellow, so he's just trying to play a containing shot on the reds. Now, Robbo's back at the table, so Robbo would be more than happy getting back at the table here.
I don't know how Dave's actually let him back because he was on everywhere.
I didn't see the shot that Dave played.
He's
and he's gone and off. Well, yeah, it's definitely over now.
There you go. You don't take notice, you blink, and anything can happen. Looks like Gussie's just gone down that last frame. Not quite sure what the running score is, but yeah, that's all right. He'll just kick the black off the red, won't he, over to the right-hand side?
Yeah, Robbo
going to go the other way.
Robbo's just going to pop this black in the corner pocket, and that will make it. That will make it 9-5 to Robbo.
And looks like Michael's going to make Johl pay for that last little whoopsie. Whoopsie, John, is a mistake. All right, that word is...
Whoopsie. Whoopsie's a mistake.
Whoopsie. A whoopsie is a big mistake.
A big mistake. Right, well, Mikey didn't make any whoopsies on that dish. So that makes it 8-4 to Johl. What's the score, Jay? Was
11-2.
8-7. It looks like Matty's going to get this one. Could make it 8-all or something. What's the score? Jake's one in front of Matty, isn't he? And Matty looks like cleaning up here. The black's still tricky.
You didn't hear me today. I gave Sarwin side the story today. And while there was no match, so we created all this conversation on the YouTube. It was perfect. It's exactly what we want as people talking on it. still stand by.
All right, so James, Dave's taken the reds here and played quite a nice shot. He's got back onto these two tricky reds in the middle of the table. Is he straight enough that he can pop this red into the middle and stun for the other red in the corner? A little bit awkward on the screen.
Yeah, it is a bit. I think he's looking at that.
I think he can pop that. The red that he's pointing at now, I think he can pop that into the middle and just stun the white for the red nearest the baulk line into the corner pocket.
Well, either way, he's taking one into the middle and then the other into the middle.
No, he's taking them both into the middle.
Yeah.
That's a good shot. That's a better shot because it allows him to work the white ball back up the table a bit better now.
Yeah.
He's got one red he has to move that's next to that yellow ball.
He's looking at that now. He's looking at moving that, doing something with that now. He's got it into the middle or up the table. So this should be pretty much out for him, I'd say.
Yes, you'd think so, but he's under a bit of pressure because if he misses it, the yellows have got heads on him like mice. So.
Yeah, I think he's up the top or in the middle. He's got that one in the middle of the table into the middle, and then these two down the bottom, and then the black wherever he wants it.
He's taking it up to the top pocket. That way he's got a little bit of safety if he does miss.
And he has.
I don't know. He's got a.
Well, I don't think Robbo's got a direct pop there, has he?
I don't think he has. I think the other yellow boxed the yellow.
Yeah, he hasn't got a direct pot.
That's why he played the shot with a little bit of bottom to leave the white there. So if he did miss it, if he potted it, he's on the red to go game, and if he missed it, he kept Robbo pretty tight.
Oh, when you're starting to look at the difference between 16th and the top 8 prize money, it's starting to get.
Are you bothering drinking anymore, or you're just a one-pot screamer?
No. Well, I've got half a dozen people actually owe me drinks today, so. Oh, do you want me to go and buy a beer, do you?
Oh, it wouldn't hurt. I mean, in Australia we have a sort of custom like that. In New Zealand we do too, but I don't know where you're from, so.
Yeah, righto. Mick Scary's going to quite easily fill my shoes.
How are you, Buff?
Welcome, Mick. Now, what was your last match?
Gavin Lomax.
Gavin Lomax, and you put Gavin out of the tournament, didn't you?
Yeah.
Gavin's a very, very fine player, and a lot of people probably expected him to make the semis of this tournament, so it's a great effort to put him out. And what was the score there, Mick?
It was 8-6.
8-6.
Yeah.
Good win.
Thanks. Yeah, Gavin and I go way back.
Is that back past the world titles in England? Did you know him before that, perhaps? Or?
Yeah, no, that's about it. So how's this match been with Marc and Dave?
Been very good, actually, very entertaining. Both of them have been attacking the balls, taking them on at every opportunity.
Yeah.
And same sort of thing with Robbo as well. I mean, as you're aware, being a very close friend of Robbo, he's attacking the balls a lot more than what he used to, and I think he's worked out that to win tournaments you've got to take balls on. You can't play off the back foot.
Yeah, well, he figured to try something a little bit different over the last month and a half. Open up his game a little bit, see how good he can get, and can't do any worse. So he's already had a number of amazing achievements over the years. So
sure, he's just won the most recent tournaments. He's just won the Victorian singles again after winning the Albury tournament.
5 times, I think now the Victorian title. I think he's won it. I think he's won it 5 times.
Yeah, which would probably be almost as many as anyone's won it.
I'd say so, yeah.
even Jake and Ben, they'd be struggling. Yeah, they might have been round about the same sort of numbers, but Ben's won 7, has he? All right.
Has he? Who?
Yeah,
Who told you that?
Surprised me. Well, he said,
Oh,
Benny
I
told him.
didn't see Tem there. He's getting these answers from nowhere. Ben's won 7. Jake's probably only won a couple.
I'd say Jake's won 3 that I've seen.
Okay.
But yeah, and you've won a few yourself, haven't you, Mick?
I've only won 1. That
So
was
you've
to
won
make
more
the,
Australian titles, so it's harder to win a Victorian title than what it is to win an Australian title.
Yeah, I think I've made 7, I think, Australian titles.
You're going to let Tim know that it's harder to win a Victorian title than what it is to win an Australian title.
Yeah, I won my first one in 2006. I'd only been playing a couple of years and won my first one in 2006, and that's how I made my first state team.
Beautiful.
I beat Benny Noonan in the semis to make the state team, and I actually ran and hugged him when I made it, and then I played James O'Reilly in the final.
Very good. We better get back to this game. Johl just obviously won that frame again, did a nice clearance, and he's looking. I was going to say he's looking very good here, but he's probably just come a fraction too far.
Yeah. And Dave on the other table is looking pretty good on reds. Just needs to negotiate this last shot. Needs to be straight on this. I think he's all right.
They'll start singing the old "We'll Never Walk Again." We'll never walk alone.
Not a good shot there by Johl. So Dave with this just off straight, I think. Red, yep. Just looking where he needs to be to take one frame back.
We've got a bunch of blokes here lining up. I think they might want to have a bit of a say on the microphone. So if someone does want to jump on, Gavin, have you had a go? All right, yeah. I was looking at a couple of other blokes, but yeah, it'll be nice to have a couple of sparring partners, Mick and Gavin, on the mic together. Mick will be able to inform us a little more about Gavin and what he's going to do to him when he meets him on the pool table again and whatever.
No, I did already.
He already has. Tell you what, you're in a lot of strife if you didn't win that one.
Yeah, I know. I actually wanted to win that more than I did want to win big guns.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I didn't. Neither did he.
So Dave, slightly dodgy.
Does anybody know the score with Jake and Matty? It's very close.
Good shot there
Jake
by
was
Dave.
1 in front, but it could be anything now.
Dave's actually been playing well. I saw him in the Australian titles and he's been playing really well.
Yeah, he's a very good player, Dave. He doesn't really do
calculated.
anything that
No,
he doesn't put his heart and soul into. And
cricket terms, he's actually a good all-rounder. I think good potter, good thinker. It's what you want. He's very hard to play against as well because if you're not on, he's going to destroy you basically.
Like all the top players, he attacks the balls. I mean, very hard to get to the top level nowadays in 8-ball if you're not taking the balls on.
Yeah. You have to be a little bit open to attacking, you know. If you're not, I think you're letting your opponents at the table too much.
Yeah, you're going to lose a few frames by attacking the balls, but if you're not taking them on, your opponent gets a bit of a leg up, thinking, well,
yeah,
you know, he's going to get visits to the table.
There's a shot there by Mikey.
Mikey's just played another nice out.
Pull another one back.
It's a 9-5 to Johl. Still in a commanding position, but
so Dave come up dry last time he broke. He's got a yellow in this time. Still a little bit dodgy.
He's probably got to take reds, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like yellows, but obviously that top yellow now is a hindrance, so I agree, Buffer. I think reds.
9-6-2, Jake. Right, so in the Ballarat Open up there, you've got Jake McCartney leading Matty Kerr with 9-6. I don't know if anyone's mentioned or not, but just a shout out to Matty too. He's a 3-time world champion in
intermediate.
So So he's been to England, represented Australia on numerous occasions, but he's won a World Singles Junior title and 2 World Teams titles, Junior World Teams titles. So outstanding. I mean,
amazing.
the bloke he's playing against, rated one of the best players in Australia as well. He's only actually won 1 world title. So along with Mick and the boys, won that world title a couple of years ago in England, for Australia.
We stopped a 20-year drought.
Yeah.
So Mikey with a good break and a good chance to pull another one back.
Velo, we need a runner to do a lap for the scores. I presume they can see all the scores that we see up on the screen here, but there are a lot of other matches going on that we're unaware of as well.
Well, you can take your mic if you want, Buff, and go for a walk.
What'll happen is I'll.
It is wireless.
Yeah, I can do that.
I just don't know when you're talking.
I don't know when Mick's talking. When
well,
I'm
just
not.
put your hand up when you're talking, and I'll know.
All right.
Yeah, just do that while you're talking.
So I'll do a quick lap around and.
It's there.
And let you know some of these scores on the outside.
I'll keep an eye on Buff, and when he's talking, he'll have his hand up.
Andrew Urquhart's just informed me that Matty McGuinness is 6-5 up against Gus. So very interesting game there. As I said earlier on, Matty McGuinness from, I'm pretty sure he's from Auckland, New Zealand. Outstanding win earlier on against Rusty, so he's continuing that form on against one of our best as well, Gus. It's as I say, the biggest bloke in the room versus the smallest bloke in the room. So the big blokes are on top at the moment.
All right,
I'll
Buff's
go and
going for a walk at the
back in a
moment.
second. I'm just going to get a few scores in.
And don't forget to put your hand up when you're talking. He's going to go check the scores, and then when he talks, he's going to put his hand up so I know. He's going to around the room. I don't know.
Score check.
So Dave just got to watch the off here, maybe off the yellow. He should be hitting it thin enough, I think.
Yeah, I'm doing it now.
Oh wow. I'm not sure if he's on anything now.
We've got Justin Sayich, 6-5 up against Sarwin.
Buff's got his hand up talking.
Yep. 6-5 Justin against Sarwin.
Yeah.
Nick Hill.
Oh.
9-5.
I don't know what he's talking
Nico.
about.
Nick.
I am.
We've got Mick Hill is 9-5 up against Simon Singleton.
Yeah.
Gus is 6-5 up. 6-5 down.
Oh wow, that is ugly. He's tried to get the safety there, but he's been a little bit stiff to knock in Marc's ball. It's actually a massive let-off because if Dave won that frame, go 9-7, pressure's back on. So
Ben
Marc
Noonan
doesn't have
leading
an
Ben
easy
Foster
opening, which I don't think he does.
7-5.
I think he'll just nick off the one in the centre
and
open it up and then just reevaluate the out.
And we know this one, don't we?
All right. Johl about to hit the hill.
And Mick, we've got...
Oh, Robbo took the long one and got it. One more for Johl and he's in the last 16 or quarters, but goes back to the last 16 for tomorrow because you've got 8 winners and 8 losers.
And Matty's just won that frame, makes it 9-8 to Jake.
So back down to one visit for Marc.
There's no big games over here, is there? Yeah, I just gave him that
I
score.
can't even hear whether I can't even see whether Joe's talking. So sorry,
Benny's
guys.
9-7 up or 7-5 up, one or the other.
Has Joe got that on mute? Because he's talking to other people.
Swearing and carrying on.
Sorry, guys, we'll just check it.
Matty, you 6-5 up.
He's on his way back now, Boof, so sorry for the overlap with the talk.
As if you're finishing that.
Mark's got a little bit of angle here. He might be able to take the middle of the 3 yellows and maybe stun punch across.
But Gavin's been in Nebraska for about 20 minutes, hasn't he? Anyway. Well, yeah, he was going to come back and have a go, but whoever wants...
I can do it when it comes to me. He can do it when he comes back.
It's a very good shot there by Mark. He's got the angle too now to slide up past that red. So he didn't think that was straight. Looks a little bit different on the screen. Joel, a chance here to close out the frame and match.
And from a financial perspective, I'm happy to see that, Mick. And Robbo, for that matter. But
yeah,
I'm not really going to take sides on that. I actually get along really well with Dave Ewing.
Oh, that's a great shot.
That is a good shot from Robbo. I don't think
What
he'll
do
have
you
any.
just roll it in?
Yeah, I don't
just
think
up
he'll
and
see any
down?
heroics. He knows he's got a good action. He'll just drop it in and play the half ball cut.
Yeah. If there's a bit of angle, he might come up and down, sort of like the snooker shot with a bit of check, come up and down. But if you can roll it in, he'd probably just tap in.
No, he's just dragging it in. I think we're just
Yeah.
playing a little stun, is he? Yeah.
That's a good shot. These are the ones that Mark really he just doesn't miss.
Yeah, this half ball to go on the hill as well. Had a bit of juice on that, didn't he?
Joel's a chance of going match here.
Yep.
Robbo.
He's a little bit out of position, Joel. Does he take the top one first and come down towards the blue spot?
You play it with some right hand side, like dragging right hand side and just swing the white to
I
the...
think he's going to punch in the... you know what, like the red does go in both bottom pockets, so he's going to try and punch this in.
And just screw off the back rail.
Yeah.
Played it
It's a
well.
good shot, yeah.
Played it really
and
well.
These cushions are bouncing really nicely too, so...
And this is formality now. He's just got to drop this in, let the white travel, you know, just
Natural
past the
quarter
balk line,
ball,
really.
Yeah.
So Chicken Cacciatori looking like going to the loser side at the end of this couple of visits.
Just don't hit this thin and go under the yellow.
Played it well.
Don't hit it thin and go under the yellow. Don't hit it thin and go under the yellow.
He's okay. He's on it. A good win there from Joel. And all I can
Joel,
say
you
is
tomorrow.
show me the money.
Well, he's got to win one more.
He does.
Yeah.
In fact, he's got to win 4 more.
Robbo looking to break and dish.
Don't ever say that again.
Yeah, I didn't know what. That's the first time I've ever said that, and I don't like it.
It's so gay, really. You
I think
English
it's
people.
the pom rubbing off on me.
Yeah, well, I didn't know you were a fan all of a sudden.
No, I'm not.
Not from your Facebook videos, you're not anyway.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, I'm a fan
Well,
of...
do we call them vodka videos?
Yeah. It's not vodka Red Bull, it's vodka scary. No, Gav's a good bloke.
Mick Hill, 8-5 on Simon Singleton. Who did? Oh, that's a bad miss from there from Robbo.
Robo.
I think that's just a careless miss. I really do.
It's also like if you're trying to hold the white too to stun off the side rail, you can actually just accidentally hit it thick rather than where you need to hit it.
Yeah,
you know, you sort of just aim a little bit thicker because you need.
Yeah, you need to screw off it.
Yeah, so maybe the shot wasn't on, but he sort of got down and tried to make it on. But
Who did Rusty end up drawing on the loser's side after he got knocked off?
not sure. He played that tall dude, didn't he?
Yeah, Mac McInnes.
He's obviously a good
playing
player.
Gus right. He played really, from what I saw, I came in later in the match, but he played very
And
well.
what was the score? Thanks.
It was 11-8 or 9.
Yeah.
11-9, I think. Played some big shots, and to win the match, he played an enormous shot.
So you're liking Dave to finish the frame here, Jamie? Or?
It's tricky, but they all do go. This is one of those frames where white ball is absolutely paramount if you want to make this out easily.
Have you played on these tables yet up here?
I've yet to be put on them, mate.
Because the back ones that we've been playing on, they're actually quite tight. Like that one there that Dave just knocked in, I thought it was a bit wide and it still went in, but...
Yeah, I have found some of the tables in the middle section really tight and other tables okay. Oh, I'm actually playing.
In a minute. So.
All right, I'm going to hand this microphone over to Gavin Lomax. Oh, on the stream. Okay. I'm actually getting a stream table.
Yeah. Battle of Cueball, mate. Has to be.
Fair enough. I'm playing butters on the stream, guys, so trying not to embarrass myself. I reckon this is a setup so that way he's got a permanent commentator, but anyway.
Oh, this is...
He doesn't like the world if that's the situation.
I'm going to hand this over to Gavin Lomax now, and Scary's going to tell him what he thinks of him.
Hang on. Is Scary had the vodka?
Joining me now is G Lomax. How are you, Gav? Oh, hang on, he's got it on wrong.
It's alright, JR got it closer than that.
Oh, multi-coster, what's going on?
Yes.
Mate?
You're from the wrong side of the equator.
Your head's a bit bigger than mine, so you're stretching
That's...
Yeah, they are the two lads.
Oh, you're off mute now. How are you, Gav?
Good, thanks. I've not seen the Facebook video yet. Are you giving me another bit more shit?
No. Yeah, it's amazing what alcohol does. It transforms you into a different person. But yeah, Marc's
So,
on the hill here.
Who we got down now as the favourite for the comp in your eyes then?
Well, obviously you look at the winners' side because they've still got double lot. Actually, they don't now if they win this match, but it's still quite hard. Obviously, you got to go Mick. He seems to be cruising through everyone quite easily at the moment. Robbo's, I think, one of the favourites too. Obviously, Johl.
Yeah, cues the ball really well, Robbo.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great shot. Is he on the ball?
Unlucky, that's well unlucky.
No.
Yeah. Don't go on the lottery tonight with results like that.
Yeah. What's he going to do now? I wonder if the yellow near the black goes.
That's all I can see. That's his only shot.
He's just looking to see where he needs to leave the white. I don't think he's got a pot on here, but.
That's the thing, his C game is good enough to beat that.
So I think he's trying to get a good wide here. Come off maybe 2-3 rails.
Yeah, he's got. To be fair, he's got a big area up the top there to cover.
Yeah, top left hand of the table he wants to be, off 1, 2, maybe 3 rails. And if this red goes in, if he plays the plan as well.
Yeah.
It's all about the white.
Yeah, that's a great shot. That's a great shot.
I tell you what, it's a pity
Yeah, do you want the mic back?
Jamie's called the obvious safety.
Yeah. You said play the plan. Come on.
Someone will get the safety calls already. He won't get the attacking ones, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Feel another Facebook video coming up.
Need a timer on this one, don't they, Mick?
Jake's got the chocolates.
Killed me.
Hey?
On the hand.
Too many voices behind us is a bit hard to hear. So what's Dave looking at? Just trying to obviously not foul here. What, one rail and then come down to the bottom right? You don't really want to,
he don't want to disturb the yellow and the black.
Yeah,
He's got to keep them at the minute.
So go wide if anything, and you hit the bottom yellow. He might be able to nip behind the bottom yellow off 2 cushions here.
He's had a result.
Wow.
Oh, he's had a right
Wow.
result. That is a result. Jesus.
He was looking at the yellow on the
That is sick. That is sick.
He was looking at the yellow on the black before.
No, that where the yellow is at the bottom of the table, that's the one that he wanted to hit.
Yeah.
Or nestle up behind.
Yeah, it's a big down there was a big target. To be fair.
Wow, that's not only has he opened up that one, but he's actually on it, and potted the one over the bottom right.
He's got to make sure he comes high on this yellow now. Ooh.
That was almost the black ball. You really have to give that a bit. I don't think he's right
I think he's the wrong side here.
He might be able to follow through.
Yeah, just a couple of inches and either snip.
If he's got a bit of angle, he might be able to follow through and sort of come off the red a bit. He looks all right though. But the white's going to do a bit of travelling for this bottom yellow. He's going to load up with the reverse side, I think. He's got to watch he doesn't go under the reds here.
See, I mean, he's played it well.
Oh, wow.
See, these tables I think are really sliding.
Yeah.
The front ones there, definitely.
The back ones are actually quite tough.
Yeah,
in a way.
these ones are sliding really well.
Yeah.
See, your shot was no good, mate. We just
Your safety played around the table. He's glanced off the yellow next to the red and spotted the yellow.
He left the standard finish.
Yeah. He was playing for it, but he just
attacking safety.
Jamie's wondering how Dave went out.
Jamie's shot was no good. So for all the people out there that Jamie says it's a quality shot.
So
I'll tell you how good a shot it was.
So Jamie gets one shot right, and then the guy pots out next after. And I don't know about the controversial name on Dave's shirt there.
Black.
I don't think that suits him. Black. I don't see anything black about him.
it's the colour of the shirts for the colour
yeah.
line.
Gus and Baden are Gus and Matt 7-5 down.
Gus is 7-5 down to Matt. Yep.
Yeah, that Matty McGuinness is playing some good ball. While I was out there having a look, I saw him play 2 great shots.
Like I said, Justice gone.
Dave's just looking for Marc.
Dave, he's got the toilet. To kill himself, huh?
Stacey Vine, you sound so gay. Thank you, Stacey. I'm only gay for you.
Talking to obviously you, not me. I think I've got a manly voice. I don't know. Dave looking at a big break. He's actually breaks pretty good.
Yeah, he's... Yeah, proper 9-ball break that is, isn't it? No going.
Yeah, gets really, he gets through the white.
Yeah, that's
body as well.
That's a great break. Yeah, that's a great break.
Is what Tem calls tap-ins, I think.
Tap-ins?
Tap-ins.
It's couple two. Either sets are just one tricky ball, aren't they?
Do you like?
Yeah, I think I'll be going. I'll be going red straight away. There.
Disturbing those ones on the left too.
Oh, here he is.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, pot the one in. Yeah.
Let's look at the angle it's got. Yeah, it's sort of going off this side of the first one though.
Yeah.
He might have to play the right-hand red and then leave himself a little bit of angle.
Yeah, so you can pot it in the middle, cannon that one, and go up the table rather than.
People actually don't know what you're pointing at too.
Yeah.
And Gab, you're pointing at the screen. People can't see that. So just remember that.
I'm on the case. Don't worry about that.
What about the one in the centre? Can he play that and sort of go into the two reds? Just not at a hard pace, but just sort of split them up a little bit?
I think if he plays this in the middle and one of them, I think one of that top one's going to bounce for him to have in the right middle.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think he's got...
See, I think I'll be going for it now while you're guaranteed the split.
Yeah, I don't know whether he can actually... I thought that angle wasn't good enough.
I thought he was going to high there.
Maybe with the white the same size as the other object balls, maybe you'd get that like on a snooker.
You clip that.
Snooker table, but... Well, what do you do now? You play the...
I think you're dropping this one in the middle and leaving the angle there on the one down the bottom left.
Again, they don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so you're dropping the one in the middle there.
Yep.
And then I think you're topping through there just to try and flick one of them balls.
Yeah. I think he's got too much angle again.
Yeah.
I would have maybe the shot before this was to play the plant, and that way you just break them up and you put pressure on Robbo then to make the out after that. Because at the moment, if this goes pear-shaped, he's got less.
I think, to be fair, he's had a couple of chances where he can go into them two reds.
Yeah.
He's guaranteed to go into them two reds.
Yeah.
I think this was throw slightly wide.
Yeah. Unless you time it really well and softly like that. Oh, that was the right shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell you what, he may have left Marc on his only dead ball too, which is the top left one. What do you think?
He could just probably bag that and just just slow roll and just bag it.
10-7, I don't know. Yeah, there's probably nothing wrong with that. Yeah, and then if he comes out and misses, you got the bottom yellow.
I don't think he's going to leave.
Because he's so far away, the table could roll and then you might leave him on. So.
Well, to be fair, he's going all out here. Pot this, cannon the two on the left.
I think he's trying to play safe too.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
Yeah.
Just flick off it and leave the white on the top cushion. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't like that. The only problem with the flick off is that he's going to be bridging a bit dodgy.
Yeah, he's played that well.
Yeah, very nice.
That's a great shot.
Jamie Stevens, over 2.
Hello, mate.
Matt, what you got now? What you got now?
Source the Jake 11-9.
Still
I'm in the loser side.
Yeah, he's just speed, man. I don't see no easy shot here.
Marc's got the white right in behind the yellow, which is really good.
I think this is goodbye here, to be fair.
I'd actually, what if you just play the white at the top and then come in behind the top yellow and give Marc 2 shots? Because if you try and get out here, if it's really hard and you try and get out and touch these reds, even if you touch him, you're probably going to leave Marc on. If you don't touch him, you're going to lose a frame anyway.
Yeah.
So why not make Marc actually try and, All right, so there you have it. He's gotten out.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
The worst ball he can land him on, to be fair. It's a bit unlucky, but...
So maybe the shot before, come off the back rail.
Yeah.
Come in behind the yellow and actually give Marc 2 shots.
And just ask the question.
That's right. It's 10-7. He'd be eager, a bit nervous too, to try and close out the frame. And look, it's still hard now.
Yeah.
But Dave still has that, now dodgy red on the left. Well, you dodgy red on the right too. So. Stunned to the rail here. Yeah.
That must fly past that.
Yeah. Just having a look at the table now. I can't see.
Yeah, it flies, doesn't it?
I think it goes. I think it will off the jaw. Yeah. Tables that they'll slide in too, being new cloth. But once to screw it back a little bit, that's it.
Drop it in, put the one in the middle, bounce off the bottom cushion.
No, yeah, that's it. Just roll this one in, roll the one in the centre, and then roll the black in. Should be right.
You have 10 to 1 if not getting it.
Damn right.
Start with the easy.
Think bandit here.
Well, I'm tipping
even Dick Turpin wore a mask, mate.
I'm tipping this is over. Well done, Mark. Through to the next round.
Yeah.
Bad luck, Dave. And thanks, Gav.
Cheers, mate.
Table 13, Paul Pike, Rusty. Table 14, Scary and Gemmo.